Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Volunteer State Community College for today's doubleheader action between the Motlow State Bucks and the Pioneers of Volunteer States. First time that VolState has played in over a week. Last game, a doubleheader actually against Wabash Valley College last Friday, March 29th, I believe. It has been over 7 days. This series right here has been pushed back, and finally will end up only being 2 games instead of a 3-game series, as Monday is the last day that you can get a conference series in. So that's what Motlow State and VolState will try to get done today. Don't expect any rain. We're hoping for a little warmer temperature, but not getting it right now. Winds probably coming out of the northwest at about 8 to 10 miles an hour today, as I understand, after taking a look at the weather forecast. Been looking at that quite a bit over the last week. Motlow State located pretty close by Tullahoma, Tennessee. So Motlow just came up for the day, and 2 7-inning contests here in the TCC AA between the 7th place Motlow State Bucks with an 8-10 record, and VolState just a half game behind in 8th place with a 7-10 record. Our umpires are here, and at least on campus, they will be coming out momentarily. VolState has a busy week now with the doubleheader today. Single game on Wednesday, a 9-inning contest against the Cumberland Junior Varsity squad. And then on the road to Roane State Friday and Saturday, as it is scheduled right now. And I have not looked this weekend to see where the weather forecast is landing for out over in Harriman, Tennessee. So that series could get either pushed. I don't think it'll be moved up, but hopefully it'll stay right on Friday and Saturday, because the following week is an earlier week where the Pioneers will take on Walters State in the final home series of the year. That'll be a Thursday-Friday series, as that is Monday, Thursday, and Good Friday, right after Ash Wednesday. So for those of you that of the Christian faith, that is the weekend that is before Easter Sunday. Our umpires have arrived, and they are at home plate waiting on Dan McShay, the head coach for Motlow State. Jim McGuire, the 4th-year head coach for VolState, is there to welcome Trevor Stevens and John Higdon, our umpires. Let's get to our Toyota of Gallatin starting lineup. First, for our visitors from Motlow State, with a overall record of 16-14, 8-10 in conference. Tyler Jones will lead off, and he'll be the DH. Cleet Finley plays shortstop. He'll bat second. Nick Causey at third base. He'll bat third. Barron Ratliff in right field is the cleanup hitter. Reagan Tomlin is the first baseman. He'll bat fifth. John Henry Harrison in the left field, batting sixth. Drew Potts in center field, bat seventh. Robbie Gallardo will hit eighth and play second base. And Barron Cribbs will be behind the plate, batting ninth. On the mound for Motlow State, Elijah Shreve, 6'4", 235-pound right-hander. He's a freshman from Lebanon, Tennessee, Lebanon High School. Shreve will get his 10th appearance of the year. It's his 7th start. He has one complete game and a shutout, 7.47 ERA in 31 1/3 innings of work. He has struck out 23 batters, but he has walked 27, which is on the wrong side of that strikeout to walk ratio. He will get the start in game one of the 2 7-inning doubleheader. Dan McShay, in his 19th year with vs.Motlow State. He's assisted by J.R. Gilmer. And now for the VolState Pioneers, leading off, playing second base, Drew Plummer. Batting second, Reed Mashinsky playing right field. Easton Denning at first base, hitting third. Gage Hoover, he's in left field. He'll hit cleanup. Devin Thrains, the center fielder, batting fifth. Luke Lawson is the DH. He'll hit sixth. Scotty Dean behind the plate, bats seventh. A.J. Armstrong will bat eighth and play third base. And Tucker Lorenz is a shortstop today. He'll hit ninth. On the mound for the Pioneers, right-hander sophomore Eben Hansen. He will get his 10th start of the year, 3.67 ERA, 2-2 record, 41 2/3 innings, leads the Pioneer pitchers. Also 52 strikeouts, also tops on the team, and he's in the top 5 in the conference in that category. Evans is 6'2", 190-pound right-hander, sophomore from Maynardville, Tennessee, Union County High Schools, where he finished up in 2023. He was the TBCA 2A Player of the Year. Transfer from King University. He's a general studies major. The son of Carl and Jane Hansen, brother to Neely, and the grandson of Grammy. And Pap and Mimi, they're in Maynardville. So is Aunt Betty and Aunt Carol, and a whole bunch of cousins. Some probably still in school today. Some schools are out because of the weather over the weekend, but got a couple of cousins at Mount Juliet Christian. They're probably in school, Baker and Palmer. Palmer might not be, but Hansen has one of the biggest support groups of all Vol-State players. He will get his 10th start of the year. We are just less now than a month away from the conference tournament, which will start on May 2nd. 3 play-in games, and these two teams are trying to work like crazy in the last part of the year to get up in the top 5 of the TCCAA conference tournament or conference standings, so that they get a bye into the 2-and-out elimination tournament. Lower 6 teams will play a 1-game playoff. These two teams last year played in a 1-game playoff before the conference tournament, and Motlow State defeated VolState 8-0. Ended the Pioneers' season. Not a lot of fans here, but you can count on the Plumbers. They're here. Bob and Lynn, Poppy and Nana. That is Drew Plummer's grandparents from Franklin, Tennessee. They're here in attendance. If you didn't bring a coat, you're wishing you had today. Alec Tromke, he's back in his regular seat as the director of this show. Freshman right-hander from Sarasota, Florida. And to his right, DJ and PA, Kobe Ross, who is redshirting, is a 2-way player. That is Caleb Pika, who's shown up here, the Lipscomb left-hander who just had surgery on his elbow. Caleb Pika, 2-year player here at VolState. See over there talking, he's talking to Justin McKinney, the athletic trainer. That's who he's talking with. They've spent some time together. Caleb Pika, 6'8" left-hander from the same high school as Mookie Betts, John T. Overton High School here in Nashville. Shout out to the Jones family that might either be listening in or maybe split squadding today. As I think Sandy is at work today, and Jeremy, the father of Tanner Jones and his twin brother Tyler, who is over at Chattanooga State. He will be here. They live in Goodlettsville, I believe, as we are about set for our national anthem. The Pioneers will take the field. And of course, we will not be able to bring you the national anthem here on the broadcast. We don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. So we will take a break and we'll be right back on the VolState Sports Network.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create, innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path to save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code the market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors. Life is full of steps, so why not make yours count? This is us. This is VolState.
And Kobe Ross says, play ball. Umpires for today's game, John Higdon will be behind the plate. Trevor Stevens on the bases. These two young men have been here on other occasions. It's good to have them back. Get a chance to chat with John Higdon a little bit before the game today. He's done some full count rhythm games in the summer, so I've gotten to see him, talk to him a little bit. You always get some new umpires in here, and these guys are trying to move up the ladder. They're trying to get up from JUCO to Division I ultimately, and maybe move into the SEC. Not sure if they have designs on trying to get into professional baseball necessarily. There is one young man, Clay Williams, who has umpired in the league here and is now in AA in the Texas League. As Tyler Jones steps to the plate, the redshirt sophomore, he's a transfer from Middle Tennessee State University. Played his high school baseball at Good Pasture, a state champion. He's also a full count fall league champion. As he looks at the first pitch, it's a breaking pitch high, and we are underway at 12:01 Central Time. Game time temperature 49 degrees. Brought to you by Accurate Mortgage. There's a fastball that misses away. Two balls, no strikes. Jones hitting .299, playing in his 25th game, takes a swing, comes up empty. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. Last year, Tanner Jones hit .270, 9 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, 21 RBIs. He has 9 doubles and 3 home runs. This year, there's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and Cal moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hanson will face Tyler Jones, Cleet Finley, and Nick Causey here in the top of the first. There's a ground ball to second. Plummer waits, gloves, and throws. Tyler Jones grounds out for the first out of the ball game. Tanner has a twin brother, Tyler, who plays for Chat State. They both came out of Good Pasture, went to Middle Tennessee State, both of them redshirted, and then they split up. The identical twins. Breaking pitch to Cleet Finley in there for a called strike. Finley is the Motlow State shortstop from Kingston, Oklahoma. He's a transfer from Eastern Oklahoma State. 5'10", 180-pound right-handed hitter. 1-1 pitch is another breaking pitch. That's in there for a called strike. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thanks to Chief Engineer A.J. Fawson to get us up on that center field camera as we have another ground ball to Plummer at second. A couple of 4-3s to begin the first.
After that, Nick Harvey.
A.J. Fawson came out and aligned our center field camera. He also got us up and running on Channel 19, Comcast Cable Access Television. Nick Causey, the 3-hole hitter, swings at a breaking pitch, fouls it off. Causey, a 6'1", 195-pound freshman from Madison, Alabama. He played at the same high school as Caden Johnson, a former left-hander for VolState, now pitching at Tennessee Wesleyan at Sparkman High School. Causey hitting .393, leading the club in hitting. Grounds one, fair down the third base line. It is going to stop quickly in that wet grass as Gage Hoover gets the ball in quickly. A.J. Armstrong with a dive and an attempt, but it got between Armstrong's glove and the fair line. And a 2-out base hit by Causey. It's his 34th hit that now ties him with Reagan Tomlin, who's in the on-deck circle with the most hits by a buck, 34. Baron Ratliff stands in, the cleanup hitter. He swings right-handed, and there is a pass ball off the glove of Scotty Dean, the catcher. Down to second goes Nick Causey. Ratliff hitting .333, leads the club in runs scored with 36, also leads the club in most walks. He has 25 of those. It's a high fly ball to the left side. Over is Tucker Lorenz. It just steps into foul territory and makes the catch for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Just getting started here in game 1 of a doubleheader, 7 innings for both contests. We'll go to the bottom of the first, no score. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
if you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. We move to the bottom of the first inning. Elijah Shreve is the right-hander getting loose for Motlow State. Shreve from Lebanon, Tennessee. That's the home of Chase Birdwell, former right-handed pitcher for VolState, getting married next weekend on Saturday. I believe he's getting married in Lebanon. So congratulations to he and his fiancée. Everybody loves Chase Birdwell, the Birdman, hardest working player I've ever seen here at VolState. He could do it all. Drew Plummer, Reed Mashinsky, and Easton Denning to face the 6'4", 235-pound right-hander, Elijah Shreve. Team ERA for Motlow State, not what they'd be real proud to hear, 8.99. Shreves is below that. He's a 7.47, is a 2-2 record. This is his 10th appearance, 7th start of the year. First pitch delivered high and away. Shreve is a freshman. Plummer looks at a called strike on the inside corner. Redshirt sophomore Drew Plummer from Summit High School. Plum leads the club in runs scored. Pops that one up See if that stays playable. Reagan Tomlin over to the fence. It will land outside the fence. Plum hitting right at 300. This is his 37th game of the year. It's VolState's 39th. 7 doubles, 3 home runs, 30 RBIs. For the utility player playing second base here in his redshirt sophomore year. Swing and a miss on a pitch probably just a little bit above the letters for the first strikeout of the game. Now Reed Mashinsky will step to the plate. Mashinsky having an excellent year, hitting .321, playing in his 34th game of the year, all starts. Leads the team in triples. He has 2 of those. 9 doubles. Tied with Gage Hoover for second on the club in that category. 19 RBIs. Couple of overhand breaking pitches, and this is out of the zone by Shreve. On deck, Easton Denning. Shinsky from Bradenton, Florida. He's also a third-year player. Swing and a miss on a pitch right down the can. Two-one coming from Shreve. That is just a hair down below the knees to the tall right fielder, 6'3", 175 pounds, from Lakewood Ranch High School. Son of Mike and Karen Mashinsky. Drills that one out to right center field. That might be trouble. Over is Baron Ratliff, and now in a step or two. And that ball held up just a little bit too high, and catch made by the right fielder, Baron Ratliff, for out number 2. That brings Easton Denning to the plate. Denning, a true freshman, played and started in every game this year for the Pioneers. 6'3", 215-pound first baseman, son of Terry and Sierra Denning. Hello to Pappy and Nani, Papa and Grana, all from McMinnville, Tennessee, his hometown, and Stacy and Gigi in Dunlap. Denning swings over. First pitch strike. Shreve looks into Baron Cribbs, a sophomore catcher, for the sign. He delivers a fastball up. One pitch to the power hitting left-hander, and swings at a pitch above the letters as Shreve living up high to all 3 batters so far. Got Plummer to swing at a pitch out of the zone up. Denning now down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Easton hitting .308, leads the club in hits, doubles, and RBIs. Breaking pitch going to catch him looking. Couple strikeouts in the inning for Shreve, and a 1-2-3 inning sets down the Pioneers. We're scheduled for 7 here in game 1. Still no score. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
VolState is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. VolState CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose VolState because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
Welcome back back to VolState. We're on the campus, the eastern side of the campus, the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex, the Pioneer Field. Eben Hansen now for his second inning of work. Gets a swing and a miss by Reagan Tomlin. Tomlin, hometown boy from Tullahoma, Tennessee, 6'1", 200-pound sophomore, fouls that one off to the left side. And Hansen gets ahead 0-2. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Dean's going to have to throw him out at first. Gallatin strikeout to lead off the second. All that does is just change who gets credit for the putout. Instead of Scotty Dean getting the putout, he gets an assist. Fastball misses tight to John Henry Harrison. He's a transfer from Chattanooga State, so he and Scotty Dean behind the plate teammates. C lines went out to center field. That'll get down in front of Devin Thrain, and a one-out base hit by Harrison. Harrison's from Atlanta, Georgia, so apparently Tennessee has grown on him. 1 year at Chat State, now 1 year at Motlow State. Second hit of the ball game for the Bucks brings up Drew Potts. Hansen misses with a breaking pitch outside. Harrison with a couple of stolen bases in 2 attempts. Only 33 stolen bases for Motlow. Fastball misses inside. Hansen falling behind Drew Potts. Potts also a sophomore, back for his second year at Motlow State. Went to Jefferson County High School in Jefferson City, Tennessee. Throw over, 5'11", 190 pounds. Potts hitting .392, right behind Nick Causey's .393. He's got 31 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs. So the fastball up. Potts played in 22 games a year ago, hit .234, 5 doubles, a couple of RBIs. So he has had a very successful sophomore year, and he draws the walk. Now runners at first and second. Brings up second baseman Robbie Gallardo.
After that, Robbie Gallardo.
Gallardo, another Spartan from Summit High School. He and Drew Plummer and Devin Thrain, all former Summit Spartans. Gallardo, 5'10", 175 pounds. He's hitting .333, playing in his 28th game of the year. This is the 31st of the year for Motlow. Hansen struggling with control here now in the top of the second. Allowed a single to John Henry Harrison and then walked Potts after getting the leadoff out. There's a fastball right down Broadway for a called strike. Gallardo hit .257 a year ago, 2 doubles, 14 RBIs. That fastball must have been just a hair above the letters. And a 3-1 count. Gallardo with 26 hits, 8 doubles, a home run, 12 RBIs. Grounds one up the middle, could be 2. Lorenz glove steps on second for 1 and on to first base for a Dude at Communications double play. Just what the doctor ordered. The 6-3 inning-ending double play. Strands 1. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We will head to the bottom of the second. Still no score.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota of Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. It's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, better luck next time, old man.
I think I'm done, Coach. Call 911.
Tim Reese on the VolState Sports Network. Glad to be back watching some baseball here at Pioneer Field. Seems like it's been forever, and been a whole lot of rain that's hit on this field since last game against Motlow, or against Wabash Valley. That was a doubleheader split. VolState lost game 1 by 1 run in that contest, and then in the first game, and then came back and walked it off in game 2. Gage Hoover looks at an overhand breaking pitch that misses outside. Facing Elijah Shreve, the 6'4" right-hander. Fly ball shallow to right field. It is still moving foul territory, and Ratliff can't come over as there was a lot of slice to that. Hoover with a lot of power to the right side, but like he kind of sliced the bottom half of the ball, and you see him shaking that right hand. Didn't get full metal on that pitch. Hoover looks at a fastball inside. He's in the top 10 in the conference in home runs. He leads the club with 8 of those. 75 total bases, also leads Pioneers. It's flied out to right. Ratliff will come in a couple steps after moving over a few steps. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Game time temperature brought to you by Accurate Mortgage. That's his dad, Mike Hoover. And 49 degrees, but it didn't feel like 49 starting the ball game. See if we can figure that out. Well, currently it feels like a 46. Devin Thrain stands in, looks at a ball just a hair up. D-Train, another one of the 3-year players here at VolState. Redshirt sophomore, had a medical redshirt last year. Former Summit Spartan. Hitting .297, 30 hits, 6 doubles, a triple, 1 home run, has 21 RBIs. Takes a healthy hack there, comes up empty. So just 3 more days of home games for the Pioneers. Thrain with a good eye sees that pitch out. In agreement is the home plate umpire, John Higdon. 3-1 count to Devin. He has just drawn his 26th walk of the year. That's breaks a tie between he and Reed Mashinsky. Gage Hoover leads the club with walks. He's got 32. That's second in the conference. So Thrain and Mashinsky tops in the conference in walks as well. First walk of the game by Shreve, and that's the first base runner for VolState. Brings up Luke Lawson, redshirt freshman from over near Knoxville. He hits one to the right side. That's going to get under the glove of Gallardo and into right field. Over to the third goes Thrain, and down to second base goes Luke Lawson on the error by Ratliff. Had trouble picking that one up, so give Lawson a single, give an error to the right fielder to allow Lawson to move to second, and VolState with something cooking here with one out in the second. Lawson picks up the first hit of the ball game. And that brings Scotty Dean to the plate. Scotty comes in hitting .270. This is his 29th game of the year, all starts. 20 hits, 3 doubles, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. Not having the production year that he had a year ago with Chat State. Right now is a good time to pick up a couple stakes. Corners are in, short and second at regular depth. Wind blowing in from center field. I think at around 8 or 9 miles an hour is what I saw. 10 now. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Nice stop there by Barron Cribbs, the catcher. John Henry Harrison, he's out in left. Drew Potts in center. Barron Ratliff in right. Nick Causey at third. Cleet Finley, the shortstop. Robbie Gallardo is at second. Reagan Tomlin is the first baseman. Barron Cribbs catching Elijah Shreve with 2-0 pitch. Stays high, and Dean now with a 3-0 count. Scotty been plunked 12 times. That leads the club. He's also been walked 20. See if he draws his 21st to load the bases, and he will. 4-pitch walk by Shreve. Loads the bases for A.J. Armstrong. Second walk of the inning brings up A.J. Armstrong. He clubbed a big home run in that Game 2 against Wabash Valley to tie the game in the bottom of, I'm trying to think if that was the 9th, if we played 9 that game, or if that was the 7-inning game. A.J. Armstrong, so the pitch way high, and Cribbs has to Gumby arm that one, haul it in. A.J., a freshman from Cannon County High School. Cannon County Lion. Hitting .283, playing in his 24th game. As he sees a pitch right down Broadway go by. 4 doubles, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. Ever since he's gotten in that starting lineup, he's been hitting and producing. He produces there, line drive to right field. That gets down in front of Ratliff. They'll hold the runner at third. One will score. That's the Framework Athletics first run of the ball game, driven in by A.J. Armstrong. Devin Thrain scores an earned run. The bases remain loaded for the number 9 hole hitter, Tucker Lorenz. Lorenz also a freshman from Sweetwater High School. He's from Loudon, Tennessee. He's hitting .220, playing in his 29th game. 4 doubles, a triple, 11 RBIs. First pitch is up. Shreve, a 1-2-3 inning in the first. Retired Gage Hoover for 4 in a row, then a walk, a single, a walk, and another single. And another pitch in there for a called strike. Caught the outside corner. Good pitcher's pitch there. Lorenz likes to go to the left side, though, on a pitch outside. Breaking pitch, that's going to nip at the outside corner, and Lorenz going to be down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Luke Lawson, he singled. He's down at third base. Scotty Dean, who walked, is at second, and A.J. Armstrong with the RBI single to right is leading off at first. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Down goes Lorenz. There's another strikeout on a pitch out of the strike zone. Third strikeout of the game for Shreve. brings up the top of the lineup, Drew Plummer. Strikeout victim in the bottom of the first. Breaking pitch misses down. Plum has a chance to put a couple runs on the board here. He's going to hit a ground ball. That's going to hit off the back of the mound and throw to first. Retires Drew Plummer and retires the Pioneers, who score 1 on 2 hits. There was 1 error in the inning, 3 runners left on base. After 2, VolState leads 1-0. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. They make the difference between life and death. If you desire to make a difference in your community, VolState is leading the way in training everyday heroes. We offer EMS, paramedic, and fire science programs. Spring 2024 enrollment is now open. Visit volstate.edu to learn more. The demand for mechatronics professionals is on the rise. Students get to earn a wage and college credit simultaneously via our work-based learning program. This hands-on experience gives them a competitive edge in the job market. Industries like automotive, aerospace, electronics, healthcare, and even mining rely heavily on these systems. These positions offer competitive salaries and a chance to contribute to the cutting-edge technologies that are shaping the world around us. Join us in pioneering the future of manufacturing through the power of mechatronics. Visit volstate.edu to start blazing your pathway now. Classes are available now at the Gallatin and Cookeville campuses.
VolState leads 1-0, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. See, Caden Trigg did not put the error up there for Motlow State to allow Luke Lawson to move to second base. Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard operator operating down in the dugout. First pitch delivered to the number 9 hole hitter, Baron Cribbs. Swung on and missed. Hanson now pitching with a 1-0 lead. It's 2 swing and misses. Hanson with 1 strikeout in the game so far. That was on 3 pitches against Reagan Tomlin to lead off the second. Could not get Cribbs to bite on that low and outside pitch. 1-2. Almost got him there on the slider. Gage Hoover's out in left field. Devin Thrains in center. Reed Mashinsky in right. A.J. Armstrong in third. Tucker Lorenz at short. Drew Plummer at second. Easton Denning at first. There's a foul ball off to the left side. And Scotty Dean behind the plate. Catching Eben with an E. B-E-N Hanson. 2-2 pitch. Just outside. Well, our first full count Ministries full count. Breaking pitch is up for ball 4. Second walk of the game by Hanson. Alec Tromke looking for a exterminator up here. He is battling a stink bug. My wife grabs those stink bugs with her hand and walks through the house and throws them out the front door to save them. You acted like it was a python. He didn't want to put his hand on that stink bug. Tyler Jones ground out to second to begin the ball game. Steps in with 1 on and nobody out. Throw over to first, and Cribbs is back. Cribbs has a couple stolen bases. He's not been caught. Jones won a state championship at Goodpasture High School. There's a ton of players from the teams that he played on that are not only playing college baseball, but playing in the pros now. Throw over to first. couple of them. Brendan Jones, I think, who played at, Oklahoma or Oklahoma State. Fastball misses out on the 0-2 pitch. Not sure whose organization. I think he's with the Yankees, because I think he was up in the spring training. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the left side. It's getting close to my Toyota Gallatin Tundra truck. But if it's going to hit it, it's going to hit it on a bounce. Carson Rucker, teammate of his, all through good pasture in the Tigers organization. Another throw over to first. Tag a little bit closer as Cribbs was up in the air, and Denning's tag might have gotten on the legs. Baron Elkins, another draft pick out of high school. I think that's his name. Jaron Elkins, not Baron. We got two Barons in the Motlow State lineup, but this is a Jaron Elkins. Pitch is swung on and lifted out to center field. Thrain's not going to be able to make that catch. It's going to land in front of the VolState center fielder, and Tyler Jones is 1 for 2. He'll get that .299 batting average, up over 300 with that bloop single into center, and now the first two have reached in the top of the third. That's the third hit of the game for the Bucks. Brings up Cleet Finley, who also grounded out to second. VolState going to be looking for a ground ball to a middle infielder here. Already have one due that communications double play, but squaring around the bunt, laying it down, but it will roll foul, is Finley. Finley does not have a sacrifice hit on the year, and Motlow with only 4. And Cribbs, who's on at second base, has half of those. Tanner Jones, who's on at first base, has one of them. So other than John Henry Harrison, nobody else has been successful. See if Finley's squaring around again here. If he's doing it on the first pitch, probably here on this one as well. A couple looks back, and he does square around. That slider misses up. Throw in the dirt back by Dean, picked out of there by Hanson. Don't want to give an extra 90 feet to these base runners. You want to make them earn it, and you want to make them pay with at least an out. Squaring and bunting to the left side. A.J. Armstrong's going to let that one go foul. And too much English off the bat of Cleet with a K, Finley. Finley played in 44 games last year with Eastern Oklahoma State, hit .293, 10 doubles, a home run, 15 RBIs. He's hitting .337 with Motlow. Of his 32 hits, 6 of those are doubles, 1 home run, 22 RBIs. Now with a 1-2 count with 2 on. Does not bite on that slider in the dirt. Scotty Dean able to get enough of leather on that one to keep it close by. And Baron Cribbs has to stay at second. Swing and a miss, and a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout for Hanson. He needed that. Strikeout number 2 of the game. And the first out here in the third brings up Nick Causey. He had a single down the third base line in the first. Moved to second on a pass ball as Hanson will whirl around and play toss with Drew Plummer at second base. Causey with 33 hits, only 18 RBIs, and that's going to get added to as Thrain picks the base hit up into center field. And Causey has just tied the game with a single to center. He's 2 for 2. Cribbs with the head first slide. Gets in ahead of the throw. 2 hits in the inning and the leadoff walk. Has scored. Now Baron Ratliff will stand in. He popped out to the shortstop in foul territory to end the first. Looks at a breaking pitch called strike. Ratliff, a transfer from Freed Hardeman, looks at a breaking pitch and catches the inside corner. He's from Paintsville, Kentucky. He's a sophomore, 6'3", 205-pound right fielder. Swing and a miss. There's the ball in the dirt. Dean's going to throw down to second, and they're going to get a double play on the strike him out, throw him out. A Dudette double play, just what the doctor ordered. And another Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout. That was fortuitous for VolState. Ball did not get away from Dean very far, and Causey is caught stealing 2-4. But Motlow State scores 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Heading to the bottom of the third, we're all tied up 1-1.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models where students can start IVs. They can put tubes and drains in. They can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
TCCAA action today, Motlow State and VolState. The only other action is Dyersburg State visiting Southwest Tennessee today. My buddy Jay Harper on the broadcast on the Game Time Sports Network. I've got a doubleheader started at noon as well. Not showing a score, so they're not doing live stats down at Southwest. Reed Mashinsky stands in, swings at a pitch above the letters for a strike. Reed flew out to right field in the first inning. Count now goes no balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Easton Denning to face Elijah Shreve in his 3rd inning of work. Pitch misses outside. Shinsky has scored 30 runs. Is 3rd on the club behind Gage Hoover's 32. He fouls that one off to the right. Drew Plummer, who's tied for 9th in the conference in runs scored with 39. Checking some national statistics, rankings of stats during the break. 1-2 pitch misses up. Ball State has a leader on their club. All right, I'll ask you I'll ask Kobe Ross and Alec Tromke, part of the press box gang here. 2-2 pitch coming in. Fouled off to the right side. Of your teammates, who is leading the nation or tied for the lead in a statistical category on Vol State? And it's a positive. It's not like, leading in strikeouts as a hitter. 2-2 pitch. Another fly ball out to right field. Ratcliffe is over and under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Kobe Ross's guess is Easton, Denning, or who? Scotty Dean. You are incorrect. As soon as I tell you, if I tell you what it's for, then you'll know. I want you to think. Okay, I'll give you a hint. It's not a hitter. Drew Moorhead with 6 saves on the year as of the day that I checked a couple days ago. Checked, and Drew Moorhead is tied for the lead in Division I in saves. He has 6 of those. Denning struck out looking to end the third, takes a healthy cut there and fouls it back. Easton Denning is in, where is he in doubles? I think he's in the top. I think he's tied for 9th in the country in doubles with 16. I think that's right. He is 2nd in the conference in that category. Jack Vogley, the big hitter, one of the several big hitters for Walter State, who I think Walter State is either tops or maybe 2nd in the country in batting average. I know they lead the country in home runs. Swing and a miss. Denning got tied up on an inside fastball. Gage Hoover in the on-deck circle. Walter State split a doubleheader yesterday with Columbia State. Won the last game 20-0. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a high fastball. Denning 0 for 2. A couple of punch outs. 4 strikeouts now for Shreve. It brings up Gage Hoover, the left fielder. Flew out to right field, leading off the second. VolState with a run in the bottom of the second. Motlow matched that with a run in the top of the third. We're all tied up 1-1. Here in game 1 of the doubleheader, 2 7-inning contests. Fly ball into shallow right field. And Ratliff, who has been busy in right field, retires Gage Hoover for the second time in another 1-2-3 inning for Shreve. We are through 3, scheduled for 7, all tied up 1-1. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network on YouTube and Comcast Channel 19.
Man, thanks to that ball and personal price you gave me, I was able to scoop me up some new kicks.
Really? I like those. You look like you're ready for a marathon now.
You know, on second thought, we're always looking for some fresh talent. Have you thought about going back and playing?
Really? Man, have I ever. Wow.
Go to the goal. There you go, buddy. Jake.
You for real, Coach?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the personal price, Coach. Everybody at Toyota Gallatin gets it. That's what makes us so special.
Well, on second thought, I think we're all booked up.
Come on, Coach. For real? Give me a shot.
We'll pass.
Oh.
Evan Hansen will face 5, 6, and 7 of the Motlow State lineup. First pitch swinging. Reagan Tomlin fouls one down the first base line. Struck out swinging in the second time that he's led off an inning. Swing and a miss on a changeup. High fastball moves Tomlin's face away, but stayed in there with those green spikes. Looking at a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Slider swung on a miss, and a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hansen. He now has 4 in the game. been pitched back on March 28th. Got the start against Wabash Valley and throws that one, and apparently it just nicked John Henry Harrison, who reaches base for the second time. That is the 7th batter of the year that Eben Hansen has plunked. Only the 3rd time this year for John Henry Harrison. Drew Potts, who walked, steps up with 1 on and 1 out. Lines one right to Plummer, gloves, but quickly back to the bag as Harrison, as Potts is retired on a line out.
Up to bat, Robbie Gallardo.
Robbie Gallardo, who grounded into a 6-3 double play to end the second, stands in. Hansen set and delivers. He's blocked by Dean on a pitch in the dirt. Hansen in that start against Wabash Valley, 5 hits, 2 runs. They were earned. Walked 4 in that game. Struck out 6. Wabash Valley, one of the top teams year after year in Division I baseball. It was a 9-8 loss for VolState. 4-pitch walk to Gallardo. Hansen having trouble with the strike zone here. 3 walks and a hit batter. Playing with fire, even though you have 2 outs, as Trevor Mutzi, the pitching coach, will come out, have a chat. Former Motlow State Buck. Saw him and Dan McShay, his former coach, chatting before the game. Coach McShay told me that he played 1 year in the Motlow State organization before moving on. I believe he went to Jacksonville State and then ultimately on to Cumberland. He's from Shaw, Mississippi, is Trevor Mutzi. This is his first year here at VolState. His chat with Eben Hansen is now complete. Baron Cribbs, a number 9 hole hitter who scored the only run of the game for Motlow State, stands in from the left side. And that pitch goes behind Cribbs as Hansen at this point looks like he's not sure where the ball's going to go when it comes out of his hand. He's already thrown one that hit the backside of John Henry Harrison that I thought might have missed Harrison, but apparently the home plate umpire says it nicked enough of his gluteus maximus. I tell you, that's not a fun place to get hit. Right there in the old derrieres. Hansen misses with the breaking pitch. Stirring in the VolState bullpen. Nobody throwing yet. Hansen delivers, swing and a miss on a fastball. Cribbs hitting .255 on the season. 12 hits, includes 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. Fouls that one off. Got at least one college scout in the stands today. Maybe there's some others that will be watching the broadcast or picking it up later. 2-2 pitch with 2 on and 2 out. Coming from Hansen. Slider on that outside corner, and that's another Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout. As Baron Cribbs, the catchers, can't get too animated with home plate umpire John Higdon. He's fixing to stand in front of him in the bottom of the 4th. That is 2 strikeouts in the inning. But the hit batter and the walk are stranded. No runs, no hits, no errors. And we are headed to the bottom of the 4th, all tied up 1-1.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path. To save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code, market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors. Life is full of steps, so why not make yours count? This is us. This is VolState.
Move to the bottom of the fourth. 5, 6, and 7 will be due up for VolState. Devin Thrain, Luke Lawson, Scotty Dean. That's what got the ball rolling for VolState in the second inning. Thrain drew a one-out walk and later came in to score. So both runs, one by each team, scored via the walk. D. Train stands in as the leadoff batter here in the fourth. Overhand breaking pitch misses out of the zone. Doesn't look like Shreve necessarily throws the ball all that hard. But he's missed some bats here today. 4 strikeouts. Comes in with 23 strikeouts in 31 1/3 innings. He had more walks than strikeouts. And a 2-0 pitch swung on a miss by Thrain. Devin's going to be looking for a place to land after this year. Swing and a miss. 6 foot, 185-pound redshirt sophomore from Thompson Station, son of Patrick and Michelle Thrain. Looks at that high fastball, and he'll look at a Full Count Ministries full count. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Got a couple of good ones for you today. Popped up in the infield. Maybe foul as it is. Baron Cribbs, and he is not going to be able to handle that one. Did we get that, or just outside of the view? It got into his glove and then popped right out. He looked like he was struggling with that ball the whole time it was up in the air. Wind died down out there in center field. The U.S. flag laying limp on the flagpole in dead center. Devin Thrain gets a second life here in this at-bat. See what he does with it. Was a medical red shirt last year, his true freshman year. 3 appearances on the mound, did not get an at-bat for VolState. And he's going to draw another. Third walk of the game by Shreve. That brings Luke Lawson to the plate. Let's see if Coach McGuire asks Lawson to lay a bunt down. Bunting is a part of his offense. He's got 1 sack bunt for the year. He is not squaring around on the first pitch. VolState only has 8 sacrifice hits on the year. Lawson has 1 of those. Ahead in the count, 1 ball, no strike. See if we have a fake bunt and a steal. Lawson's going to be hit by a pitch. That's how you move the runner down. You just go ahead and get plunked. First hit batter by Shreve. And now Scotty Dean will step to the plate. He was a recipient of a walk in the second. That loaded the bases. He now steps to the plate again with runners on. Last time he was up, had runners at second and third. This time, first and second is still nobody warming in the Motlow State bullpen. VolState with some action down the left field line in the bullpen. Dean not squaring. He's swinging away and comes up empty on a high fastball. Maybe a little bit too impatient there. He was thinking Shreve was going to come in with something, but that was probably above the letters. See Scotty start getting hot here at the end of the year, and there's a time violation by our base umpire, Trevor Stevens. Called a 20-second time violation on Shreve, and the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. A.J. Armstrong is in the on-deck circle. Scotty, the son of Wynn and Katie Dean, brother to Carter, who's up in Clarksville. As that pitch misses low and away. That's where Scotty's from. He's a former Rossview Hawk, 6'2", 230-pound sophomore. Last year hit .313 for the Tigers at Chattanooga State. Drove in 37 runs. Fouls that one. That catches the screen. A.J. Armstrong will be able to retrieve that one. Scotty was the top catcher for Chat State last year, and guess he just wanted to get closer to home. One of 9 Clarksville players. 2-2 pitch, hard shot to second, nice glove from by Gallardo, and he might have been safe at second base. Throw back to third is not in time. It almost looked like Finley might have pulled his foot off at second base a little bit too quickly. But a fielder's choice allows Dean to reach. Hard hit ball to Gallardo at second. Had it go into his glove and pop out. He retrieved it quickly enough to throw on to second to force Lawson on the play. Thrain moves to third. Dean now at first. So runners out the corners, brought to you by Line to Line. Stroked foul down the third base line. Armstrong wasn't waiting around for any more pitches. He swung at the first pitch there and fouls it off. Line to Line in Game Time Sports Field. Thanks to Stephen Dotson and Bill Marbett for their support of VolState baseball and softball. Armstrong trying to deliver another RBI. Change up misses down. Cribbs able to keep that one in front. Thanks to all our sponsors for their support of VolState baseball. Off-speed pitch that lands down, and good eye by A.J. Armstrong, who going to have to do this soon, but A.J. may have the best walk-to-plate appearance rate on the team. He's got 22 walks, tied with Drew Plummer. There's a breaking pitch. It misses outside. Anytime you have more walks than you do strikeouts, pretty good plate awareness. He has 22 walks, 16 strikeouts, 15 hits, 4 doubles, 2 home runs. That is a called strike on a 50-50 pitch on the outside corner. That's in the river, and we'll have a Full Count Ministries full count, one of the 10 Full Count 242 discipleship group members, A.J. Armstrong. Runner goes, and a pitch is low and outside. A.J. started to walk in front of the plate. He knew that was ball 4. I wasn't so sure it was going to be called ball 4. Dean was on the move. Cribbs did not throw it. So 2 walks in the inning. That's 4 in the game. Still nobody listening for Motlow. The bases are loaded. Tucker Lorenz, another opportunity to drive in runs with 1 out. Shreve with the long locks buries one in the dirt outside to Lorenz. Swinging a foul ball off the end of the bat. Tucker 5'10", 170 pounds. Son of Jeremy and Emily Lorenz, brother to Riley. Papa and Grammy and Gramps and Doozy in Loudon, Tennessee. 1-1 pitch. Popped up on the left side. If it's fair, it'll be an infield fly rule, but it ended up being foul. So no difference as third baseman Nick Causey makes the catch in foul territory for out number 2. Now, Drew Plummer will get his third at-bat of the ball game here in 4 innings. 0 for 2, looking for his first hit. 5'11", 170 pounds. First pitch misses outside the zone. Son of Bobby Plummer in Spring Hill and Stacy Plummer in Thompson Station. Brother to Brennan. Looks at 2 balls, no strikes. Hello to Nana Sue in Hendersonville and Mimi in Spring Hill. (2-0-2) Plum on the outside corner for a called strike. Plummer struck out in the first, grounded out to the shortstop to end the second inning. Fouls that one straight back. No flinch by the young man behind home plate for Motlow State. I believe that was the young man I was talking to earlier, Parker Burrell. Barryl. Popped up again and out of play. Burrell, a freshman left-hander from Westmont, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. Try to go down and have a little chit-chat with the players on the opposing team and get them to tell me how to pronounce their teammates' names. 2-2 pitch. It is fisted up the middle. It's going to be gloved by Finley. His throw on to first cannot be handled by Tomlin. So 1 run's going to score. That will be an error on the throw by Finley, I would assume. No RBI, but a run does score. That's D-Train, Devin Thrain, to give VolState the lead. Everybody else moves up 90 feet. Have not put anything up on the board yet as to how that, there's the error. Reed Mashinsky steps in. First pitch he sees is outside. My score sheet, that's a second error of the game. Finley with a nice play up the middle. It was not necessarily hit that hard. He probably could have set his feet and thrown, but Plummer runs pretty well. So Finley probably not knowing through as his body was heading toward right field is now Mashinsky looking at a 3-ball no strike count. He's flown out to Ratliff in right field twice. Mashinsky looking to pick up his 20th or more RBI of the year. Does not have a home run on the year. Could this be the time? He's not swinging on the 3-0 pitch. And that winks at the outside corner for a called strike. So an unearned run gives VolState the lead. There's a 3-1 pitch that misses outside. That will be an RBI to Reed Mashinsky. The third walk of the inning. And that will elicit a trip out of the dugout by head coach and pitching coach Dan McShay. VolState now takes a 3-1 lead. Scotty Dean comes in to score. Dan McShay in his 19th year at Motlow State, former pitcher for Ole Miss. He's been the interim athletic director at Motlow State several times in his 19-year career. And Motlow with a new athletic director, Ross Fanning. Easton Denning will step to the plate with the bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 runs in. VolState looking for a big hit out of their big first baseman who has struck out twice, facing Shreve already. Wind picking up as it's blowing back in. He can't hold up on that inside delivery. Just got to guess that Easton is just not seeing the ball coming out of Shreve's hand very well. Pops that one up and out of play. Ending with a 5-game hitting streak. 7 for 18 in the last 5 games. Got a double, a home run. The longest hitting streak of an active hitting streak by a Pioneer player right now. He's had 2 6-game hitting streaks this year. Longest by a Pioneer this year is Reed Mashinsky with 11-game hitting streak earlier. There's a line drive over the glove of Gallardo, just gets into right center, and that's going to drive into Easton. Denning gets it done. Any way you can, Easton. Picks up the 2-out, 2-run single off the end of the bat. Drew Plummer and A.J. Armstrong come in to score, and Pioneers now with 4 on the board, lead 5-1. Gage Hoover stands in. Third hit of the game for VolState, and runners now at the corners. Hoover looks at a fastball up. Runners at the corners, brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sports Field. Provide netting and padding all around Pioneer Field, and also dirt, conditioner. 1-0 pitch, breaking pitch, catches the outside corner. Ninth batter to come to the plate here in the 4th. Hoover with a couple flyouts to right field. 1-1 pitch, he's going to be sitting dead red. Fouls that one off. Shreve, when he misses for the most part on that fastball, he's missing up, and VolState batters not able to hold up on the just above the letters fastball. Hoover can't get on top of that. The count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's well hit out to right field over is Drew Potts, and Ratliff, though, is going to get the hat trick on Gage Hoover. 3 flyouts to Ratliff. He had to come over into right center field, but all 3 times Hoover has hit a ball that's ended up in the glove of Baron Ratliff in right. VolState sends 9 to the plate, scores 4. All of those are unearned runs. On 1 hit in the inning, 1 big error, 3 runners left on base again. VolState after 4 leads 5-1.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
is counting on me.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves.
Top of the order for Motlow. Tyler Jones, Cleet Finley, and Nick Causey. Jones, an outfielder's DHing today. Swing and a miss on a changeup. He's 1 for 2, grounded out in the first, singled in the third. Was stranded at second base. Stay with a 5-1 lead. Eben Hansen back out on the mound for his 5th inning award. Swing and a miss. Hanson's last outing in the conference, 4 innings against Cleveland State. Popped up in the infield, sky high. In comes Lorenz. He's got to come a long way, even with pitcher's mound. Makes the catch for out number 1. Cleet Finley, who's 0 for 2, steps to the plate. Hanson, 4 innings against Cleveland State, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 were earned as that pitch is fouled off to the walked 5 batters in that Cleveland State game. It's a game that VolState ended up coming back to win. That was game 1 of the series. So another pitch is fouled off to the right side. VolState ended up dropping the doubleheader on that following day against Cleveland State. Pioneers 4 series to go. This one, Walter State in 2 weeks, as VolState will travel to Roan State this weekend, Friday, Saturday, in another winnable series. Walter State here and finish against Jackson State. As Finley hanging tough, fouling off several pitches by Hanson. Walter State, of course, leads the conference. They're 16-5. They're in the top 10 in rankings in Division I. They are 8th in the country. Fastball misses up and in. Full count Ministries as Hanson has run the string out now with Finley. On deck, Nick Causey, who's 2 for 2. You want to face him with nobody on and 2 out. 3-2 pitch, grounded to short. Lorenz stays down, gloves, throws over to Denning for out number 2. And we'll bring Causey to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. Causey has had a 13-game hitting streak broken in their last game. That was against Bevel State. I believe he only got 1 at-bat in that game. And he walked. Ground ball foul. Effort by Dan McShay, the third base coach, but does not come up with that one. Hanson delivers the 1-1 pitch, misses inside. Drilled out to right center field. This could be trouble. Mashinsky's over. He's going to get that one right in front of the full count Ministries sign in right center field. That one held up in a first 1-2-3 inning for Eben Hanson. After getting the 4 in the bottom of the 4th, he retires the first 3 in the lineup. We head to the bottom of the 5th. VolState leads 5-1. We're going to keep it right here as we're going to have the Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone Alumni Spotlight. Thanks to my buddy over there, Randy West at Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone, and the division manager, Keith Green at the Gallatin Yard, for donating a pallet of brick pavers for our alumni spotlight, or our alumni patio. Landon Gotze, he's got a brick over there in the alumni patio. It was a 22 and 23 player for VolState out of Indianapolis. He had a big time yesterday. He hit a walk-off home run against Indiana State in the Missouri Valley Series for Belmont. A walk-off winner was Landon Gotze. We have a new pitcher on the mound, C.J. Brennan for Motlow State. Tell you more about Brennan here in a bit, but our Alumni spotlight here in game one, Landon Godsey. If you've got a player who's leaving after this year, and we'll recognize them on Sophomore Recognition Day in the Walters State Series, tentatively scheduled for April 18th on a Saturday, then you'll want to get the form that I can send you via email at tresports@gmail.com, just like Richard Waltz did. He's the father of Carter Waltz. Richard is also a division manager at Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone up in Clarksville. They got the form and sent $100 in, and you get a brick made for Carter in the alumni spotlight, or in the alumni patio. And next year we'll use Carter Waltz as a alumni spotlight. Devin Thrain, Luke Lawson, Scotty Dean to face the new pitcher, C.J. Brennan. Gets a called strike. 6'1", 205-pound freshman from Marietta, Georgia. Thrain walked and scored. He's not going to walk this time. He's going to pop one out to shallow right field. Out goes Gallardo, and Thrain's former teammate at Summit High School retires him on a pop out. And that brings Luke Lawson to the plate. He's reached base both times. He's stepped in the box, singled in the second, and was hit by a pitch in the fourth. Later erased on a fielder's choice. He's going to square around a bunt and lay one down nicely at third. Throw is just in time to nip Lawson at first. Great play by Nick Causey, the third baseman. I didn't think he had a chance, but came up and made a nice throw on the run to retire Luke Lawson, who's probably the fastest player on the team for VolState. Got that one a little bit too far into fair territory. Needed that one to be down the line a little bit more, but did not see where Causey was playing him prior to the bunt. Scotty Dean stands in, walked and reached on a fielder's choice, scored one of the 4 runs in the bottom of the fourth. Sidearm delivery by Brennan's popped out to right field. This could be trouble on his Ratliff, and he's not going to be able to snare that one. It falls to the grass in fair territory, and Scotty Dean's going to get a bloop double on the right field line. That's a double brought to you by Dudat Communications. We call that a Dudat double. All right. So a bloop double with 2 outs puts Dean on at second base. First extra base hit of the game. And A.J. Armstrong with another RBI opportunity. Walked in his last plate appearance. Drove in the Framework Athletics first run of the game in the second. He's 1 for 1. It's at a close pitch right by his chin. Brennan delivers low and outside. Brennan's 15th appearance of the year. That leads the Bucks 11+ ERA, 22 innings of work. It's popped up out to center, shallow center field. On comes Drew Potts. Loses his lid, but makes the catch for the final out in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We are through 5. VolState leads 5-1.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
VolState is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. VolState CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose VolState because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or a judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
Evan Hansen on the mound for the 6th inning. He'll face 4, 5, and 6 for Motlow State. Baron Ratliff, Reagan Tomlin, and John Henry Harrison. So far, Hansen has scattered 4 hits and 3 walks and a hit batter. So 8 base runners allowed. Only one of them has crossed home plate. Fifth inning, the first 1-2-3 inning for VolState is Baron Ratliff, who's 0 for 2. Looks at a breaking pitch in for a called strike. Thanks for joining me on the VolState Sports Network. Whether you're rooting for Motlow State or the Pioneers, if you want to send an email to treesports@gmail.com, hopefully I'll be able to see it. Another breaking pitch, not caught, but called strike. Darryl Rogers, he checked in. He's from the presidential suite. It's the suite of Dr. T, Dr. Wendy Tossenson. Slider misses down in the dirt. Thanks for listening in over there, Darryl. Make sure to let Dr. T know we're leading 5-1. Aunt Carol and Uncle Ronnie, they're watching from over in East Tennessee. That ball's lifted over the leaping A.J. Armstrong down the left field. Gage Hoover over to cut it off. And he's going to keep Ratliff to a single. Second inning that Motlow State has led off. Had a walk in the third as the leadoff batter reached. One 1-0 pitch. Changeup misses down. Throw over to first. Runner's back in time. Reagan Tomlin, strikeout victim twice. Left-handed hitter looking at a 2-ball, no-strike count. Swings at a pitch out of the zone. Again, a little bit too anxious there. The sophomore from Tullahoma, former teammate at Tullahoma High School with Brody Melton. Fouled off. Hansen back in the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I believe they're the Wildcats, Tullahoma Wildcats. I could be wrong, but I'd have to phone a friend, and my friend that I would phone would be Brody Melton. Former 5-sport star. Just kidding, making that up. 3-sport at least. Baseball, basketball, football. Now playing at Milligan. He's a Milligan Buffalo. That's where Jack McLaury is going to go next year. Lord willing. 2-2 pitch. Looking for a ground ball, and instead is going to get a strikeout. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Gallatin. Third time that Hansen's gotten Tomlin. First time with a backward K in the books for Tomlin. Strikeout number 6 here in the 6th. John Henry Harrison singled and been hit by a pitch. Steps in, throw over to first. Drives Ratliff back. Leading base stealer for Motlow is a throw down to first. Not in time. Clete Finley, the shortstop, 2-hole hitter, has 7, which leads Motlow. Ground ball just fouled down the third base line. Harrison's bid for a base hit goes foul. Harrison played 14 games last year for Chattanooga State. Hit .345, a couple doubles, a home run, 5 RBIs. One-two pitch. It's right at A.J. Armstrong. He gloves, throws over to Plummer for one, on to first. Not in time. Harrison beats out the throw from Plummer. Nice stop over there by A.J. Armstrong. He was making sure that ball did not get by him. It was well struck by Harrison. Ratliff is forced at second for out number 2. Now Drew Potts, the center fielder, stands in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Fastball inside for ball 1. Drew Potts with an 8-game hitting streak of his own. Looks at a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. For 27 in that last 8 games. Lines that one foul. That will get off or over the Bobby Hudson Pavilion down the right field line. Athletic director here since 2006. Bobby Hudson. Fastball misses up. Looks like Hanson's got a little more giddy up on that fastball. He's hunting a victory. 7-inning contest here. Trying to get through 6. Another foul ball. That'll get over the maintenance shed down the right field line. Farthest that Hanson has gotten in a game is 6 innings. Popped up and out of play. So the 3-game series that was supposed to have started Friday originally pushed back to Sunday, Monday quickly as the weatherman Jim McGuire checked all his sources. That pitch lands way high, and we'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Series pushed to Sunday, Monday early, and I'm not sure how many inches of rain we ended up having here, but well over 5, I would guess. A lot of wind, especially on Saturday night. Full count pitch, runner goes. Swung on and fouled straight back. We'll do that full count pitch again. Again, stay tuned. We'll have the full count Ministries verse of the game following the naming of the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. So Potts, a double, a triple, 2 home runs in the last 8 games, 11 RBIs as a throw over to first. Harrison back in time. Popped up in the infield. On comes Denning. Hanson will move out of the way and give way to the big first baseman, who will make the catch for out number 3 in fair territory. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. VolState leads 5-1.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota of Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. That's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, better luck next time, old man.
I think I'm done, Coach. Call 911.
Tim Raskell emailed in. Just saw his email. Now I see his face. He said he was on the way. And he has arrived. As first pitch swinging, Tucker Lorenz pops one out to center field. Initially slipping out in center field is Drew Potts, but he recovers to make the catch for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Lorenz now 0 for 3. Back to the top of the lineup, Drew Plummer looking for his first hit of the ball game. 0 for 3, reached on an error and scored in the 4th. Just got through all the emails now. Tim Raskell, 1210. He's the father of Bryant Raskell. Emailed, said he's on his way. I just now saw it, and then he said be there about 1:10, and just looked down to see if I could see him in the stands, and I thought, why is he not up here in the press box? Plummer steps back. Count now goes 2 balls and a strike. Probably heading to an airport at some point in time. Nope, not today. Okay. Plum now with a 3-ball, 1-strike count. I was going to say he's got the woodsy look going on right now. I don't think he probably flies for Delta with probably shaves that. I don't know. I don't care. Some places don't like the unshaved look. Anyway, Full Count Ministries, full count to Drew Plummer. Plum with a modest 2-game hitting streak. Fouls that one straight back. And a full count first pitch foul ball off the bat of the graybeard. What did he tell me? Stephen Andrew Plummer? S-A-P, his initials. He's going to draw the walk. First walk by C.J. Brennan, who's on in relief of Elijah Shreve. Shreve went 4 innings unofficially on my score sheet. 3 hits, 5 runs, only 1 of those was earned. Walked 5, struck out 4, plunked 1 batter, faced 22. Gave way to Brennan, who gave up a bloop double in the 5th inning. Now facing Reed Mashinsky for the first time. Fastball high and away. Lucas Wilburn is the first base coach for VolState. He's a first-year volunteer assistant coach. Throw over, and Plummer is back. Plum leads the squad in stolen bases, so he definitely is a threat to go. Tied for 6th in the conference. He has 15 in 17 attempts. He is gone, pitches high, and the throw is high down to second base. Plum's going to duck underneath that and head on to third. Well, a stolen base and an E2. And now, 1 out and a runner at third base. So give Plummer his 16th stolen base. 3rd error of the game by Motlow State. Only 2 showing on the Toyota of Gallatin. Let's see, they're not even showing that one on there. Come on, Trig. Let's keep up down there, buddy. Sidearm delivery is a called strike to Mashinsky. Corners playing in at even with the bag. Short and second are back. Down by 4 runs. Mashinsky 0 for 2. Walked with the bases loaded last time up, and he's going to look at a strike call. Whispers at the outside corner. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. You keep throwing it out there, Mashinsky's going to go ahead and poke it out there. He loves going to the right side. He tried to shoot one through the right side there, just got underneath it. I think Reed's parents were in for the Wabash Valley, or maybe it was the weekend before that, Cleveland State series maybe, from Bradenton. Swing and a miss, Mashinsky down on strikes. Now 2 outs, brings up Easton Denning. He had a 2-out knock in the 4th inning. First strikeout by Brennan. Denning's 1 for 3. Kobe Ross, an electronics whiz down there, figured out what happened with the microphone. What was the issue? Oh, the old unplug it and plug it back in trick. What are you learning here, Kobe? You're learning before you start getting upset, you check your. I told you that before the game, right? I had that issue. Don't panic until you've checked all the connections. Once you've done that, then go ahead and panic. No, it's for me, it's don't panic. Just call A.J. Fawson, chief engineer here at VolState. And he'll be on his way. Denning with a 1-1 count. Brennan delivers down low. Cribbs with a stop. You know, I saw it the other day with Cody Bellinger with the Yankees now. Got drilled right in the side of the head by the catcher on a throw back to the pitcher. Surprised you don't see it more often. As a former catcher, I'm wondering, did I stay on my knees? I know I didn't do it with a runner at third. I never threw the ball back to the pitcher from my knees. I always stood up and threw it. But I don't remember worrying about a left-handed batter. That is high and that is deep to right field. If it's fair, it is gone. And it's foul ball, says a home plate umpire, John Higdon. Easton Denning does not agree, and neither does Lucas Wilburn. I believe they think that ball may have curved around the pole. Denning hopped up in the air as soon as he heard foul. I don't know how in the world Jim McGuire is going to be able to change John Higdon's mind on this. He saw what he saw, and he called it foul right away. And maybe he's going to go out and chat with Trevor Stevens, but I have no idea what he could do. But, I mean, that was a no-doubter to right field. There was no question about it being out, although it did not land. I don't think it landed in the trees out there. But and the wind is blowing directly in from center field. The question was whether or not it hooked before it got to the fair pole or it hooked after the fair pole. It looks like Easton Denning's going to put his helmet back on and grab his bat, and he's going to have another full count, Ministries full count. They'll have to reboot. Somebody yell out there to Easton and tell him, hey, don't panic until you've plugged everything back in. Take it out and plug it back in. That's what he needs to do right now. Full count pitch coming from C.J. Brennan with 2 out and a runner at third. And this ball's going to go behind Denning. He's going to toss his bat. And a wild pitch is going to allow Drew Plummer to score. Right now, that is an unearned run. C.J. Brennan let that one get out of his hand a little bit too late. Second walk. Now we have another conference. I have no idea what the conversation could be. The only thing I can think is somehow or another could Denning have interfered at home plate on the walk, but the ball went behind him and was all the way to the screen. His throwing of his equipment back could not have interfered. Gage Hoover will stand in. He's going to do everything he can to not get the ball off his bat in the glove of Baron Ratliff. Ratliff is playing, looks like a couple steps in front of the warning track in right field, and he's played way over, and he's going to go the opposite way. He's going to go in the left center field. Back is John Henry Harrison, makes a diving catch in front of the Chick-fil-A sign to retire Gage Hoover. What a play. All the outfielders, at least left field and right field, playing very deep. I didn't think Harrison had a snowball's chance of getting that one, but he makes a diving play in front of the warning track to rob Gage Hoover. VolState with 1 run. It was an unearned run on no hits, 1 error that allowed Plummer to move over to third to then be able to score on the wild pitch. 1 runner left on base. We'll have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen when we return on the VolState Sports Network.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. They make the difference between life and death. If you desire to make a difference in your community, VolState is leading the way in training everyday heroes. We offer EMS, paramedic, and fire science programs. Spring 2024 enrollment is now open. Visit volstate.edu to learn more. The demand for mechatronics professionals is on the rise. Students get to earn a wage and college credit simultaneously via our work-based learning program. This hands-on experience gives them a competitive edge in the job market. Industries like automotive, aerospace, electronics, healthcare, and even mining rely heavily on these systems. These positions offer competitive salaries and a chance to contribute to the cutting-edge technologies that are shaping the world around us. Join us in pioneering the future of manufacturing through the power of mechatronics. Visit volstate.edu to start blazing your pathway now. Classes are available now at the Gallatin and Cookeville campuses.
Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Carter Waltz will come in and try to nail this win down for VolState. 5'10", 155-pound left-hander. He's a sophomore out of Coopertown, Tennessee. Went to Springfield High School. He's a former Yellow Jacket. General Studies major here at VolState. Son of Richard and Melanie Waltz. They're probably listening in on YouTube on the VolState Sports Network. He's the brother of Noah and the grandson of Pops and Nana. They're in Hendersonville. Granny's in Coopertown, and Granddaddy and Graham are in Springfield. Waltz on for Eben Hansen, who goes 6 innings, gives up 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Struck out 6 batters, walked 3, hit 1. As Gallardo, Cribbs, and Jones due up here in the top of the 7th. This is game 1 of the doubleheader and is scheduled for 7 innings. VolState with a 6-1 lead. Ground ball to third. Stays down on Armstrong, and he's able to glove and throw on to Denning for out number 1. Gallardo 0 for 2. And brings up Barron Cribbs. It's not Barron Cribbs. We're going to have a pinch hitter, number 27, Cameron Vessels. Cameron Vessels is the pinch hitter. Vessel from Barberton, Ohio. 5'11", 235, freshman. Playing in his 15th game of the year, hitting 174. Breaking pitch missed somewhere. Now 2 balls and no strikes. Hansen faced 25 batters in his 6 innings of work, tied his longest stint of the year. There's a fastball on outside corner for a called strike. 6 innings at Dyersburg State. Got the win in a 4-3 victory for VolState. They won that series. As a matter of fact, there's a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Waltz on for his 12th appearance, all in relief, 3.32 ERA. 2-2 pitch, line that gets in the dirt right in front of Plummer, and he could not make the grab there. Caden Trigg put an H on the board right away. That ball ate up Drew Plummer. It was hit sharply, and, well, the pinch runner at first base. Parker Burrell is the pinch runner at first. Been sitting behind home plate charting pitches. Tyler Jones with 1 out and 1 on steps up. Infield single by Vessels. And Jones lefty on lefty here with Carter Waltz. Tough play by Plummer to be sure about that. Ball was moving to his left. Check swing, and plate umpire Jonathan Higdon will say that Jones broke the plane. Tyler's 1 for 3. You know, I keep writing Tyler. You know what? This is Tanner. Why would I write? I know why I'd write, because they're identical twins. I still can't tell them apart. Tanner Jones. I apologize to the entire Jones family. I follow my sort. And everybody who knows the Joneses. It's Tanner, not Tyler. Looking at a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Tanner, don't call me Tyler. VolState looking for a double play ball. They're not going to get it here. That is looped into right field. That's down for a base hit. Rill will stop at second, down by 5 runs. And Tanner Jones is 2 for 4. Trevor Mutzi will make another visit to the mound. Vessel's infield single was hit sharply to Plummer at second base. Tanner Jones' single was just a little looping soft line drive into right field. The runners now at first and second as Cleet Finley, the shortstop, who's 0 for 3, will step to the plate. Not a save opportunity for Waltz. And you can't pitch yourself into a save opportunity. There is a right-hander getting loose down in the VolState bullpen, and I'm guessing since it's a possible save situation, depending on how many runners get on, the bases are loaded, then it would become a save situation for whoever came in, and that is one of the 5 or 6 leaders in the nation in saves down in the bullpen, Drew Moorhead. He has 6 on the year. The most by a VolState pitcher since 2018, Antonio Costas. Waltz can't find the plate against Cleet Finley with Nick Causey, their leading hitter in the on-deck circle. Finley, a 7-game hitting streak on the line, 12 for 26 in that 7-game span, a couple doubles, a home run, 9 RBIs. Looks at a called strike on the breaking pitch by Waltz. Waltz got the leadoff batter on a sharp ground ball to Armstrong, a third, and then an infield single by pinch hitter Cameron Vessels, and a soft line drive single to right field as runners at first and second with 1 out, as Waltz, relying on that breaking pitch, gets another one to land in there. And a full count, Ministries full count to Finley. See if he comes back with the breaking pitch, and he will. There's ground ball up the middle. Waltz gloves, throws wildly to Lorenz. They're going to say he may be safe at second. Throw to first is over the head of Denning. They don't even get the out at second. Lorenz deemed to have come off the base. Let's see if Jim McGuire comes out to have a chat with the umpire, Trevor Stevens, but it's going to be an error on the throw from Waltz to allow Tanner Jones to reach second base. Waltz tried to give that one up as quickly as he possibly could to see about getting a game-ending double play, but threw wildly to Lorenz. Lorenz could not keep his foot on the base. And now bases are loaded. There's a shot right to A.J. Armstrong, and he's going to step on third base for the game-ending do-dat double play. Just what the doctor ordered. Causey hit that one right on the screws, right to A.J. Armstrong. And this game belongs to the Pioneers. 6-1 as the third double play of the day. Parker Brill is doubled off the third base bag after the bases were loaded. And that makes a winner of Eben Hansen, as VolState wins 6-1 over Motlow State in game one of the doubleheader. Losing pitcher is Elijah Shreve. He falls to 2-3 as both pitchers came in with 2-2 records. So he falls to 2-3. No save for Carter Waltz. VolState moves to 8-10 in conference play. Motlow State falls to 8-11. So VolState now with a half-game lead over Motlow in the conference. That is the 15th loss of the year for Motlow. VolState moves to 27-12 overall record. And our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game, Eben Hansen, 6 innings of work, 5 hits given up, 1 run, walked 3, struck out 6, as he goes 6 of the 7 innings. Toyota of Gallatin player of the game, Eben Hansen. And before we sign off, let's get you our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Jane Effler Hansen listening in. She's the principal at Big Ridge Elementary School here in Maynardville. Couldn't get away from work, so glad that she's listening in on the VolState Sports Network. Get that email in. See if I can find there we go, our Full Count Ministries verse of the game, found in 1 Corinthians chapter 10. It's verse 13. It says, "No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, he will also provide a way out so that you can endure it." Had a conversation with a young Pioneer baseball player this week, and that verse came up about how do you stay away from sin. And that's the verse that I was thinking about, 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. We'll be reading that in the Full Count Ministries D group here in the next couple weeks, as we will be starting in 1 Corinthians here very soon. Only 1 month left with that group. It's a sad time this last month for me. I've been around several of these guys now for 3 years, and it's like sending your kid off after 3 years. You know, there's a really good chance you never see him again, and the way they are, it doesn't happen a lot. I'll just say. But well, that'll take care of game one. VolState gets the win, 6-1 over the Motlow State Bucks, and we'll try to win the series, as VolState has not defeated Motlow State 2 times in a year. While Jim McGuire has been here, went 1-1 in regular season last year and then lost in the playoffs, so 1-2 last year. They did get 2 wins total the year before that, 1-2 in the regular season. They did defeat Motlow State here at Pioneer Field in the playoffs. But in 2022, VolState went 0-3. So 2-6 in regular season play against Motlow State in the last 3 years. Now make that 3-6, 1-1 in the playoffs. VolState will try to get the series victory here in game 2. For Dr. Wendy Tostenson and Athletic Director Bobby Hudson, Head Coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you, and we'll talk to you very soon here in just about 20 minutes for game 2. Hope you can come back and join me on the VolState Sports Network.